So today for the tutorial we are going to learn how to make this beautiful border. For making this border, it's the number of cast on is a bit tricky, but you will know when I explain why we cast on like this. It calls for a multiple of 5 stitches and then plus 2 for edging. But what we have to remember is that every time we cast on 5 stitches, we have to cast on 4 extra stitches. Okay, so if I want, for example, say 15 stitches, which calls for a multiple of 5, so it means I'm casting on like 5 times into 3. So then I'm going to add another so every 5 stitches, if I'm going to add 4 stitches, I'm going to add another 12 stitches. So I will just explain to you how it is done. Okay, so for the first one, I'm going to cast on for the edging. Okay, first is for the edging. Okay, and then I'm going to cast on 5 stitches. Okay, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, I have cast on 5 stitches. So for every 5 stitch I cast on, I'm going to cast on 4 extra. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So my extra is done. Now I'm going to cast on 5 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So because I have cast on 5 stitches, I'm going to cast on 4 extra stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again I'm going to cast on 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so 5 stitches I have cast on. I'm going to cast on 4 extra. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to cast on another 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so because for this 5 cast on, I'm going to cast on 4 extra stitch. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 for the edging. Because I wanted a multiple of 5, so I have cast on, actually I should have 22 stitches, but then I added another, so every 5 stitches I cast on extra 4 stitches. So I should have 22 plus 16. Okay, so I should have a 38, correct, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then I have 8. Okay, so 38 stitches. So, but after we do the border, we are going to have only 22 stitches. So for the first row, I'm going to just do a knit all round. completed the first row. For the second row, this is where we are going to decrease. Okay, so every 4 stitches we cast on extra, we are going to decrease in this row. Okay, so the first stitch is an edging stitch, so I will just slip the first stitch as if to knit, and then I'm going to knit the next stitch. Okay, the next stitch I'm going to pass back to the left needle like this, and then I'm going to pass the next 7 stitches over this stitch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, so I have cast on, or I have passed on 7 stitches over this stitch, and on this right needle I'm going to cast on 3 stitches using backwards loop cast on. Okay, 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, so I've cast on 3 stitches using backwards loop cast on. The next stitch I'm going to knit again, and then the next knit. Okay, so this completes the pattern. Okay, so this is what we are going to repeat now. Knit the next stitch, pass the stitch back to the left needle, transfer 7 stitches over the stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, so I have passed on 7 stitches on this stitch. Now I'm going to cast on 3 stitches using backwards loop cast on. 1, 2, and then 3. The next stitch I'm going to knit, and then the next is a knit. Okay, so repeat again. The next one I'm going to knit, pass the stitch back to the left needle, transfer 7 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, and then I'm going to cast on 3 stitches on the right needle, 1, 2, and 3. The next stitch I knit this stitch, knit the next one. Okay, so the third pattern repeat completed. For the fourth one, knit the next stitch, slip the stitch back to the left needle. We are going to pass 7 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and then cast on 3 stitches on the right needle, 2 and 3. Okay, then knit the next stitch, knit the next, and the last one, knit the edging. Okay, so for the next row, this is done, so after this you can, this is the front side. Then the next one, okay, what I will do is I'm going to purl all the stitches. So that's it, and after that you can start the pattern, whatever pattern you have. So I'm going to slip as if to purl, and then I'm going to purl all the stitches. are the cast on stitches, so you have to be a bit careful while knitting these. Make sure that you don't drop off. Okay, so this completes everything, and then now from here you can start whatever pattern you are following. Okay, this is really beautiful.